Hey Tower Nerds, Krintos here. Today I've got a unique video discussing a major point of contention in the Tower community. What's the minimum number of lifetime stones required to make it into Legends as EHP or Glass Cannon? The answer might just surprise you. 0. That's right, it's technically possible to make it to Legends without spending a single stone, because tournament brackets are grouped based on the time you join. It's mechanically possible to enter a mostly empty or inactive bracket, which can guarantee you a place in the top 4, promoting you to the next league. Congratulations!
You're a bitch!
Personally, I don't consider that method ethical, and goes against the spirit of the game. So it's time we established some ground rules.
And the ground rules are, there are no ground rules!
Yeah, screw it. As long as it's not cheating, exploiting, or some empty bracket bitch move, it's fair game. Are my estimations going to be perfect? Nope. There are far too many variables for that to be even remotely possible. The goal was to research, calculate, and conclude while remaining impartial. Any stones spent on unlocking ultimate weapons, econ-only ultimate weapons, and card masteries will not be included. Any modules, substats, and labs required for a particular strategy to function will be factored in accordingly. We'll start with Glass Cannon, and I'll be taking a look at 2 of the more popular and up-to-date versions of this setup. First up, Glass Cannon without Chrono Field by Audacious. I've simplified the guide into this chart to visualize a minimum number of stones to start the build, and a recommended number of stones required to make it into Legends. This guide was last updated January 25th, 2026, and does not account for any waveflation that has occurred. With the intended exclusion of Chrono Field, it relies heavily on Chain Lightning damage, Space Displacer ILM stuns, and Perma Black Hole to control normal enemies. It requires well-developed damage in the form of Damage, Demon Mode, and Super Tower Masteries. Core Assist for a Dimension Core Ohm Chip combo that utilizes Spotlight's damage multiplier. It later expands its crowd control with a permanent Poison Swamp, and fills in any offensive or defensive gaps through additional card masteries and assist module development. You can find a link for this guide in the video description. Next up, the small guide for new Legend Tournament players in version 28 by Evan. The guide has been simplified into this chart following the same rule set as the previous. It follows a very similar Chain Lightning ILM Spotlight setup, but advocates for an early Chrono Field after completing its range and duration labs. It prioritizes high ROI card masteries early on, as well as a solid assist module foundation that amplifies your damage profile. But for the build to truly shine, it must take advantage of the insane damage multipliers that Spotlight Plus brings to the table. In case you were wondering, it takes 9,705 stones to purchase all 9 ultimate weapons to unlock Ultimate Weapon Plus, which, again, is not factored into any of our calculations today. You can find a link for this guide in the video description. Now that we've got the GC builds out of the way, we can take a look at EHP and why it's vastly superior in every way.
You are a smelly pirate hooker. Why don't you go back to your home on Whore Island?
Take it easy, I'm just kidding. I said I was going to look at this objectively, and that's exactly what I'm going to do. Although, there really aren't any concrete build guides for EHP like there are for Glass Cannon. The closest we have is Bonsailad's comprehensive guide to EHP. It's more like a guide for EHP strategy and build foundations that teach you to think critically about your tower, so you can identify weaknesses and make self-informed decisions, instead of just copying a meta build, which honestly is what originally pulled me into the EHP playstyle in the tower. You can find a link for this guide in the video description. By applying Bonsailad's method of problem solving and critical thinking, I've created a sort of a la carte menu for stone spending, as well as suggested paths based on your stone spending capabilities. This is not a guide, this is a choose your own adventure book that doesn't suck, and aims to combat the sentiment that Glass Cannon is the only viable Legend strategy, or that it takes significantly less stones to reach Legends than EHP. You can find all 3 of these infographics in my channel on the Tower Sanctuary Discord. A link to the Discord is in the video description. So what can we take away from all of this? It doesn't really seem like there's that big a difference in stones required to reach Legends for EHP or GC. Realistically, between 25 and 40,000 stones gets you there. Depending on your choices, of course. Do you ignore Econ and blindly chase the Golden Cup? Or do you prioritize the almighty coin per hour? How many lifetime stones did it take you to reach Legends? Tell me all about your path to glory in the comments. Unbelievable! You made it to the end of another one of my videos. You beautiful, tower-loving person.
You gorgeous specimen of what God can make.
Hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out on any future content. And until next time, later, nerds.